Whatever. I may sound like an idiot, but this actually happened. Be me. 18. Live in suburban Melbourne. Most boring, unspooky place in the world. Seriously, it's tame. Love it because it's comfy, but everyone is a try-hard hipster. Moved to a new house at the end of high school. Closer to school, so more convenient. House has a stairway, have never lived in a house with stairs before. Bungalow out back and garage thing in backyard. Garage is useless, can't even drive car into it because cars can't fit through side of house. Decide to knock it down and make it into top cover shed of sorts, thought it would be good for the dogs. 2 husks. Husks hate garage thing and won't go near it. What did we do that for? Mom is atheist, not into spooky shit. Mom starts complaining of noises at night, creaking of staircase. Feels like somebody is watching her, gets creeped out. Dad the shit stirrer gives her shit, saying she's being haunted. Mom starts getting paranoid. I dismiss, it's outright. I have to spend a month at hospital because of injuries. Mom doesn't complain of presents. I come back. The presence starts making noises again. Start joking that I've been sleepwalking. Haha, Anon sleepwalks to the fridge. Wake up one night thinking cat is in room. Could swear my cat jumped on me. Open window. Cat not in room. There was no cat. Mom starts getting freaked out, wants to move to other side of state. Dad doesn't want to, but he's whipped. Eventually we sell house. Month before leaving, neighbors tells us that an old woman hanged herself in the garage we mostly knocked down. Released old lady spirit. Old woman ghost haunts house. Old woman ghost has a crush on me and doesn't visit house when I'm away. Old woman hates mom and drives her away. Neighbors and real estate are scum who don't even tell us about suicide until we leave. Some Australian hospitality, huh? TLDR, ghost granny has crush on me and scares my mom. Be me, going home from college. Fucking academic made me spent 5 semesters online, really missed good old times going straight to eateries after lectures. Now it's back offline. I decided to hit up some MCDs before going home. Arrive at MCD near my campus, noticed not too many people that time. Ordered Big Mac and soda BCS, why not? Sat near window, noticed a couple who sat beside me happened to be my buddies, let's call them Andy and Irma. They both smile at me and we chat a little, talking about how we missed hanging out after college so much before CUF. After a little while we continue eating, eventually noticed that Irma occasionally rubbed her belly and showing pained expression. Each time Andy saw that he kept looking around as if he's stalked by glow niggers. I swallowed my last bit of Mac when Irma suddenly rose and bolted to the restroom while visibly holding her plum pass. I looked at Andy and saw him slightly embarrassed but can't seem to stop laughing. Bro, you might think I knocked her up, but you know. Simultaneous kicks.mkv. Just about to ask what she ate for breakfast when suddenly Satan proposed some nasty ideas. Seeing Mixie's still almost deserted, I decided to spice things up a little. Excused myself to head for the John. Bro apologized while jokingly thought his GF infected me with diarrhea. I kicked and walked off. And now the devil shall be entertained. Looked around the area near restroom, only saw one Jenny mopping quite far. Men and women's right next to each other, in front of them are the wash basins. Entered the women's like a stupid ass pervert. Not a complete idiot, so I opened the door a little to check, seems Irma's the only one inside, perfect. Walked to the only closed door, can hear her grunting and perhaps, tried to not laugh. Obeying Satan's commands, proceed to claw the stall's door slowly but deeply, while letting out some deep ho. She yelped and muttered hello? Who is it? Please stop, in a shaky voice. Suddenly, Satan's command stopped and I decided to improvise. If I take it too long she'll regain her senses and might just burst the door open, so I decided to pull off some dirty old man's antics. He, cute panties sweetheart, I said still in deep voice. She yelped with higher pitch, and that's my cue to GTFO. Walked quickly to door and quick check, coast is clear. Went out quickly and pretended to wash my hands on one of the basin. After 2 to 3 minutes Irma dashed out while still adjusting her jeans. I pretended to know jack shit and went after her, saw Andy comforting her and asked what's wrong. Some perverted demon scratched my stall and said my panties are hot or smth I don't know, please let's go home Andy, she begged Andy, not sobbing but clearly freaked out. Anon, did you hear anything like that? He asked me while half believing his GF. No, I was just taking a piss and then washed my hands. Did the demon spoke loudly? I asked Terma. She just shook her head and just pulled Andy's hand to GTFO there. Eventually Andy gave in and even told me to finish their burgers. They bought 4, only ate 1 each while 2 left untouched. As they walked off I noticed Terma's jeans are completely wet right on the area around her ass. Andy noticed and tried to cover her ass all the way to their car. Felt bad that my prank gone too far, but hey, at least I got free burgers and a kick-filled day. And I kinda wanna avenge Irma for being quite a bitch. Back then her friends snitched on her by saying that she thought I was a bookworm and only thing I ever do is studying like a little bitch, and only became nicer to me when one day I lent her my assignment when she forgot to do hers. Not exactly paranormal but sharing it anyways. Be me. Anxiety disorder and insomnia. Cannot fucking sleep, doesn't matter how hard I try. Decide to take short naps instead of getting full sleep every once in a while. Kinda gives me relief. Spend 3 weeks with no sleep but 4 to 5 short naps a day. Can barely keep my eyes open yet still cannot sleep. Start hallucinating while watching YouTube. See people's faces covered in blood and their eyes gouged. Freak out. Look at the mirror. Eyes are pure red, skin falling apart. Freak out even more. Leave the house, take a short walk. Get back home after calmed down, try sleeping again. Sleep more than 12 hours. MFW, all I needed was some exercise. Be me. Middle of class and bored as hell. Crash. Thunderstorm strikes the school like 5 times. All the power in the school goes out. School won't let us go home but lets us free roam around campus. Absolute anarchy. After a while of fun I have to shit. NewQuest.jpg. Finally get to the bathrooms after a long perilous journey. Open door to hell's darkness and get the biggest ultimatum of my life. On the left there's a 8-foot shadow demon staring me down, it's right next to the urinals. On the right there's the school slut taking 4 guys in a orgy and 2 of the guys are making out, they're right next to the stalls. DecisionTime.jpg. Shit in the urinals, maintaining direct eye contact with Satan in pitch darkness because I don't want herpes. That's my story X. Thank you for your time. Hey guys, airport anon again, dripping in another story from my time here to keep things going. This story is from a few years ago, pre-COVID, so the airport was in full swing. Can't remember the exact date, think it was 2 years before pandemic. Be me, lowly assistant at this time. Late shift in domestic, not even pretending to work, looking at phonict. Suddenly man appears before me, looking at gift stand on counter. Roughly 6 feet 1 inch, haggard looking, like one of those who's sleeping in the airport. Got anything with a penguin on it? Nah, we have other birds though. My daughter loved penguins, I really wanted something for her. He stares off out of the store, I'm awkwardly standing there. WTF dude? What flight are you on today sir? Standard sales question required to ask. NZ 5583, instantly. Weird because most passengers couldn't tell you what flight number they are. Weirder because there is no flight NZ 5583 tonight. Oh well, have a pleasant flight sir. Says nothing and leaves. Found out later from a buddy in the aircrew that flight was meant to have taken off roughly a year prior to that incident, but a guy with a major health condition had a seizure in the terminal and later died, outside airport grounds, before it could depart. Bizarre, to say the least. I see why the Age of Enlightenment led to the French Revolution. Lol. Be me, be Napoleon. My family is from Naples, Italy. Napoleon. You know, it's in his name after all. My family decides to settle in Corsica. Corsica had been part of Genoa, Italy, for like 600 years, then suddenly Corsica gains independence from Italy. Immediately after gaining independence from Italy, they are subsumed into France and are totally cool with this. Despite not being French, you know, the Frankish people, Franks, which is not what Napoleon was. I'm in charge of the army and lead the French Revolution. Probably not related at all, but before this, the French emperor owed a ton of money to a bunch of Jews that had been bankrolling his wars against England, and the emperor told these Jews to fuck off. Said emperor and his wife are executed. I then engage in a bunch of wars that plunge my wealthy nation even further into debt to the Jews that executed the emperor, which strangely, is exactly what they want. I invade Italy and take a pope prisoner. Said pope dies in prison and a new pope that I approve of is elected. The new pope hands over control of the Vatican Bank to the Jews that executed the French emperor and are bankrolling my wars. I take over Spain and install my brother as emperor. Spain is now really in debt to a bunch of Jews. Because an Italian dude that is installed by an Italian emperor of France as emperor of Spain makes total sense. I also invaded Egypt and Syria because the Jews I'm working for are really into esotericism and are interested in some relics and shit. Be me. Read this thread. Do not do the letter or try to summon anything. Try to astral project after inspiration from other thread. Start to relax. Start to approach vibrational stage. Feel a sort of hand in my dick. Not like a firm tangible grip, but definitely feel the sensation of a hand pumping. Continues just long enough that I'm like, hey, I'm not looking to gift horse in the mouth. It stops. Too roused to clear my mind for further AP attempt. Frown. Be me, advocating for a friend. Can't talk, or exist anymore. Sanity restored, miraculously. Urgent communication. Bankroll. Being realistic, I have 0% chance of surviving this. I know the torture will resume shortly. For my own good I need to stop visiting /ng/ I'm not myself anymore. Bankroll. Be me. Butthurt drunk that got kicked out of his band. Arrange the symbols of the wizard and magician. Light the candles. Place the parchment paper in position. Between its leaves place the lash from a black cat's eye. A straw of a broom, fold, and burn, and centralize. Profit.